Good evening to all. We're here to discuss on our Harvard Business School case study titled AirAsia Flying Low Cost with High Hopes. Some questions that I would like to ask this group. Briefly describe the trends in the global airline industry. Anyone care to explain?
Okay. In the global airline industry these days, it's a trend to offer a no-frills, low-cost concept in their business. A low-cost carrier or low-cost airline is an airline that generally has low fares and fewer efforts. So to make up for revenue loss in decreased ticket price, the airline may charge for extra like foods, priority boarding, seat allocating, and baggage. AirAsia is one of the company that succeed in low-cost carrier LCC business, provide a full-service regional airline that offers slightly lower fares than other airline in Malaysia. So private entrepreneur like Tony Fernandez saw a great potential for no-frills LCC in Asia after saw massive success of LCC in the West. He restructured AirAsia into the first no-frills LCC in Asia, and the new business model was a huge success. So Tony Fernandez focus in he varies in the food, cozy leathers. The airfare is 40% to 60% is less, and sometimes the fare is less and plus. I think that's all for the global.
So that means that's all the trends that is in the global airline industry, which is you're referring directly to AirAsia. And can you say that this is like being copied like to other airlines? From my opinion, like newer low cost airlines like Malindo Air and Tiger BNB, if I'm saying Tiger Airlines or Tiger BNB, which is they offer almost the same thing as AirAsia, maybe like a copycat business, but at least it's competition for AirAsia itself. Number two, comment on the business level strategy adopted by AirAsia. How has AirAsia achieved differentiation?
Okay, for my opinion, that I studied in the case study, AirAsia, they started from below, which is they just have 3 aircraft from the start, and after 6 years later, they already have 72 aircraft, which is a massive success in their business. And also they started to, and before this, they just provide to fly passengers from domestic, and then they are open their route for regional by using advertising. And also they provide the flight attendants itself. You can see all the flight attendants of AirAsia have different styles of hair, makeups, because AirAsia itself they wanted the flight attendants to be approachable and have fresh look with their own style. And also they offers, like all we know, low fare, but they give us the high quality in as like you said, the cozy leather sorry, cozy leather. Okay, and also they started to do some sponsorship. As all we know that they sponsored for Manchester United team football, Manchester United football, and also AT&T William F1 team. And also they joined with Tourism Malaysia, and they started to contribute to Manchester United training center in UK, United Kingdom. Besides for sponsorship, they also provide help in terms of cash and items for the cyclone victim in Myanmar. And also they give free seats, a lot of free seats to China Red Cross to encourage them to help the victim in China for China earthquake. And also they also raised concern about the carbon emission, because they encourage passengers to to print out their own ticket instead of passengers going to need to print the ticket in airport. And also for the advertising and marketing itself, the CEO Tony Fernandez, they every time he goes to the function or an event and massive event, he always keep wearing AirAsia cap, and also or maybe he always keep wearing AirAsia t-shirt, because in that way he thinks he could promote AirAsia. And also he give his phone number to all the media contacts that he knows, so that they can contact him every time they want, or maybe for advertising, or for maybe free tickets. He could do that. I don't know, maybe. Okay, I think that's all the business, the strategy adopted by Asia, that quite simple, but it is very, very, I think, effective. Yes, very effective.
Also, to add to that, just saying about something about cost leadership, AirAsia always excels in this because they directly go against other airlines, where they can say unshamefully, like, compare themselves to MAS and why they're cheaper than that. That's indirectly just making themselves more like they are the leaders in the low cost air flight tickets. Let's go to the next question. Referring to Porter's model of the 5 forces of competition, is the above strategy suitable for AirAsia to achieve a better position in the industry? What are the risks of using this strategy?
So referring to the 5 forces of the Porter's model, we can see clearly how there is a competitive rivalry between AirAsia and the MAS Airlines, Malaysia Airlines. Okay, at first there is no war between the two airlines, since they both focus on different markets. The AirAsia is focused more to the low price budget, where MAS is focused more in the business travel and focused more on comfort. But after a while, when AirAsia start to race, the MAS Malaysia Airlines starts to come up with a new strategy and introduce a lower budget flight. But at first, the strategy is failed. So in 2008, MAS launched a campaign named Everyday Slow Fare, where it offers 1 million free seats, that is excluding fuel charge and taxes for domestic flights and other short-haul routes within Southeast Asia. This campaign received overwhelming response, and it's become popular. So AirAsia starts to become worried of the campaign, so they file a report where the government takes action onto this, and this result on MAS need to pay 195 million US dollar to the Malaysia government, and the termination of the agreement between MAS and PMB. And there is an agreement made between AirAsia and MAS, where AirAsia is going to take over 96 of 118 domestic routes, and both sides agree to share 19 domestic routes. I think that's all.
So that means in 5 forces of competition, you're referring back to AirAsia and MAS, where in the early stages they were both in their own markets, where AirAsia is for the low cost and MAS is for anything other than that lah. Basically for the mid-range and high-end air flight travel. Just now you said about how AirAsia launched Everyday Low Fare, which directly competes with AirAsia. in my opinion, these things are very good for us as the consumers, because they see that we are not taking the opportunities with normal consumers like us, and giving us like free fares for domestic and short haul flights. Okay, so it's a good thing for us, but not so for mass airlines. A lot has been said, and lots has been shared between all of us, and I can say that we've learned a lot from this case study on how AirAsia works, on how it does its business, and how does it deals with its business. And I would like to thank everybody that has joined our discussion, and thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.